Rightio, so this video, second last, is finding the rate in compound interest formula. You'll notice my writing's got progressively more terrible as these videos have gone on, and that's because, of course, it's taken longer and longer. So here we go. I'm going to bring you back really to the crux of these particular questions, so looking at what we're actually doing. So here, you may remember this from a little triangle known as Pythagoras. So you would have, of course, you would have had the triangle. You're trying to find the hypotenuse. There's a little writing, terrible triangle. I apologise. And you would have got to this last step where you had a square, an exponent of the power 2 is another way of actually saying it. And how do you actually get rid of it? Well, many of you would have known, of course, that you would have done a square root. Now, probably, you should have told you the square root technically should have a 2 there. And so it is the second root of 25, or the square root is what we like to call it. But it doesn't just stop there. You can get rid of any root, or any power or exponent, using any root. So if I wanted to get rid of a power of 6, then of course I would use the sixth root. And that means on this side, once again, remembering, same on both sides, I could use the sixth root to get rid of a number. So I could put 25 in there, I suppose, 25, and let's make this 25 as well. So we've got a power of 8 here, and I want to cancel that away, or basically remove it. And of course, once again, just like I can here, I can of course apply the 8th root to this particular question, and it doesn't just have to be a whole number. If it's a decimal, I could go 2.85 and root that if I wanted to, 2.85 root of that. And that really is the mathematical crux of what we're going to do today. But we're just going to do it in the compound interest formula. Now, you may be saying, well, why do we need to do this? Well, because in the compound interest formula, and I'll write it again, as you should be doing every question, it's this power of n that we really need to get rid of so we can get inside our formula today and get inside these brackets and access this rate. So first off, we need a question. So we are going to look at that particular question right now. I'm going to come up with one. So let's say that $3,000 has been invested for 4 years, and at the end of this time, we have, let's say, $5,000 in our account. So at what rate did we invest our money? Okay, so that's what our question's going to be. Now we're going to have to put these particular values in. So $5,000, well, that's the amount that we got at the end. I do apologise if my writing was a bit strange. 2 kids just came in. Snuck very well though. I was pretty impressed. And then of course 1 plus r over 100, and then our time is 4 years. And so the problem is this 4, isn't it? If it was a times by 4, we could divide, but how do we get rid of an exponent? Well, that's what the start of the video was. So in this particular case, as I always tend to do with these questions, is I want to make it as simple as I physically possible before I start doing other things. So here, this 3,000 has a little time, so I'm going to get rid of it by dividing. And 3,000 over here. Now, of course, remember, when I say get rid of it, it means I divide through by it. So 3,000 divided by 3,000 is 1, and 1 times that bracket is, of course, that bracket. 1 plus r over 100 to the power of 4. Now, of course, 5,000 divided by 3,000, so 5,000 divided by 3,000 gives me 1.66666. Now, I'm going to round to 2 decimal places. I'm going to go 1.67. Okay. Rightio. So here we go. What do we do now? Well, many of us would say, well, I don't know what to do because I don't know what to do with this 4. But luckily, we know that if we want to get rid of a power to 4, then we, of course, 4th root both of our sides. Now, this will allow us access to this bracket. So 1 plus r over 100. So here, of course, is our r that we want to get access to. I'm going to have to move over here too. Sorry, kids. But how do we do this? How do I do that? Well, On my calculator, just above the symbol we've been using the whole time, is a little yellow bit that looks like this. It says x to the power of y. Um, yeah, so yours might be slightly different. Now to use it, I want the fourth, and of course I'm going to press it and then go like that. So it looks a bit strange, but that is basically saying the fourth root of, and I want 1.67. And my answer is going to come out to be 1.136. So of course we are going to use 1.14. Go to two decimal places. And on the other side, oh, actually, I could have put that here. So, moving over to this side. Sorry, kids, I've run out a little bit of a room. What and how do we now find R? Well, we're once again back to our linear algebra. We want to get rid of this 1, so we'll take it on both sides. That's going to give us 0.14 is equal to R over 100, and then we're dividing by 100. We're, of course, going to want to times by 100 times by 100. So that means that our rate, of course, is 14%. Find a bank that gives you that. Good luck, kids. Give me a ring. Send me a message. I'll be straight on it. So that's how we find the rate using the compound interest formula. So the only real new thing here, we've done a lot of linear algebra this year, like lots of it. The only new thing is really how to get rid of something that's raised to a different power, but we already knew that because we knew how to do Pythagoras and we knew how to get rid of something that was square. I hope this is helpful. Once again, if you need any more help, come see me. You know where I am. Bye-bye.